It is episode 17 and it is finally here. This is going to be a huge week. After nearly 4 months of work, I have 3 days left to complete and deliver this reptile enclosure. This day has taken forever to get here. This week I have a lot of logistics to think about and steps that need to be followed in a particular order. So this video is going to be broken up into 4 chapters. The first of which is to button up and then clean up. You know, part of the excitement of getting this all done is just to be able to get my workshop back and not have this giant monolith sitting in the middle of it. The client is coming around tomorrow morning just to make sure that this functionally operates how he wants it. So if there's any last minute changes, tomorrow morning we're going to go through them and then I should be able to make them before I deliver it, put it on a trailer, drive across town and drop it off at his place, because I don't want to be bringing this back into the workshop once it happens. So with that in mind, the whole workshop is getting clean today. I want him to come into a relatively nice, clean workshop tomorrow. And to be honest, it is well overdue. Everything's in place, the box is finished. I've just got to put on those feet and pull off the film and then it's done. Which is wild because I can't believe it's done. But now my attention is moved to the delivery, and this is a bit that I'm a bit nervous about because stuff can go wrong. I'm trying not to think about it until Saturday morning when I get it loaded up. But assuming the client says everything's good to go with it, that's going to be the real next challenge, is getting that delivery done. But anyway, it's done. I'm trying to make sure I focus on the fact that this is a huge accomplishment. I got here. It's been 4 months of just constant thinking and figuring out and sitting on my shoulders and trying to make it happen. And I'm finally here, trying to make sure I focus on that and just be stoked that I got something as big as this built. And my goodness, is it good to see my workshop floor again. Just met up with a client, great guy. I got so lucky to have a client like this as my first client, just totally understanding of the process, appreciative of the work, just you couldn't ask for anything better. He's happy with the whole cabinet. He doesn't want any changes made to it. He's happy with exactly how it is. So we're all good to go for delivery on the weekend. All right, that's step 1 taken care of. The next thing is to get the feet installed underneath, as well as sanding the underneath and the top. And for that, Dan from Riverside Woodworks is coming around later this evening to help me lay this behemoth down to get access to it. And until then, I don't have very much to do in the workshop. I'm not starting on a new project yet. I did all the cleaning yesterday. So today I'm going to focus on some editing. I'm working on the urn project and I'm trying some fancy graphics at the end of the video to go through my costs and expenses and time spent, etc. There's a YouTube channel that I watch called Dead Meat, which is a guy who takes horror films and counts the kills during it, and then at the end he'll use graphics to show how many kills were male, female, what's the average kill per minute, etc. And he uses graphics like this, and I kind of got the idea from him, and it's a nice way to round off a video and end a video. So we'll see. I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. All right, the video is done. It's pretty much ready to go. But now comes the hard part of figuring out the title and thumbnail. I'll sit on that for a while and try and come up with a few potential titles and thumbnails. While I'm thinking about that, I'm going to get this shop ready. Dan's going to be here in about 2 hours, so I'm I'm not going to use sawhorses, but I need to come up with some sort of 2x4 platform to lay this down on.
Oh, yeah, the Pika pen.
Do you know, I have been searching for that thing for weeks. I assume my kids have just,
That's hilarious.
just disappeared it.
Hey, the strength of a Pika pen though.
Yeah,
and hold up all this.
That's the endorsement. Dan brought along some suction cups, which I've never used before. That just made the job 1,000 times easier. And these are rechargeables? Rechargeable batteries?
Like the battery ejects.
Oh, right, so you can just pop in a new one and...
Yeah.
And how long does the battery last for?
I've only charged it once.
Obviously
Probably
depends
used it about
on-
a dozen times.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now with this on the floor and tipped over, I can start sanding and then get the feet attached. To attach the legs, I'm screwing them in from the inside of the box. You won't see that screw once that box sits in there. So I'm happy that that's enough to hide them. And then I'm putting in 2 screws. This is a relatively big one. This one's there mainly just to stop the entire foot rotating. I've just put the feet onto this reptile enclosure, and with that, it is officially done. All right, that is step 2. Next job, load it up. It's Saturday morning. Dan and Mark are going to be here in about 20 minutes. So before that, I'm getting everything loaded up that I can by myself. We are halfway there. It's probably a good time to say thank you to Mark and Dan for coming out to help me with this. It's a good workout for a Saturday morning. All right, all loaded up. We're heading across town. Here we go. All right. That's it. Done. I just want to say another huge thank you to Dan and Mark for coming to help out. Whew, all done. I am pretty tired. That was a lot of work to get that across town, but I'm so excited. Look behind me. Nothing. Space. So much space. Oh, it's good to have my workshop back. So that's where I'm going to end this episode. Completing the reptile enclosure has just been the best part of my week, and I'm so stoked to be able to move on to something else. I've got some really big projects coming up next episode. I'll go into more detail then. But thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.